Hey everyone, I'm back and so happy to be here and be back with you all. And do I have some great vittles for my first show of the fall season to fix for you today. And we are going to start out, just get on cooking and get my apron that I made on to match my shirt. You can tell I am happy to be back with you today. I'm really excited, and I have got the most decadent desserts. We are going to have a good day of eating, and I cannot wait to show it all to you. We're going to start off with, I'm going to do a butter bean and greens soup. And it's got some butter beans, it's got some greens, and we've got some butternut squash. Oh, it's one of the most popular squashes. So let me get everything set up and ready. I've got my butter beans cooking already. They've been cooking for about 3 hours. I've got 1 hour left for them to cook, but I'm going to get everything else put in there to cook with them, the greens and the squash. So on the butter beans and greens soup, one of my favorite squashes, and it's really the most popular squashes, and it is butternut squash. So I've got me a little potato peeler here because it makes it a little bit easier. Let me get down on this and cut the ends off first. You know, I got on the internet, I'm like, what's the proper way to cut this? And basically it's about like a watermelon, you know, or a pumpkin. All right, there we go. So anyway, we're going to start peeling it. And I've got a potato peeler. I found that it was easier, a little messier. But anyway, we're going to peel this. So I've got about 2.5 to 3 cups of butternut squash, all bite-sized. I want them bite-sized. So I'm going to bring my skillet over. And I'm going to start heating up my olive oil for my onions to start cooking. About 2 tablespoons. That's all you need. And I pre-made some cornbread last night because what we're going to eat with this soup, instead of a bread or we're going to dip, we're going to make some cornbread croutons. I've got some fresh sage. Oh, this smells like fall, I'm telling you. You see, I've got my pumpkin pie candle going because I want my house. Been burning that for a while. I've been ready. It's been a hot summer. I mean, the first of the summer wasn't bad at all. I enjoyed it. We did a lot of stuff. Can't wait to talk about that with you. But oh my gosh, the last month, September, unbearable. I can't take it. So we want some fresh sage, and I'm just going to slice it a little bit smaller than that. You don't have to dice that much. Try not to use so much of the stems. And we're going to go to the complete opposite. We've got onions and garlic, and I want sliced garlic. So make sure the oil's okay. So we'll get the onions. Let's go ahead and put the oil's getting hot, I think. I've got some diced onions. Yep. We're going to put that in there. I'm going to turn it down on medium-low. A few onions. I don't want to overwhelm my beans with the onions. So let's get them cooking. And I want them caramelized. Oh, goodness. Woo, doggies. Smells good. And you want about 5 of these. Sounds like a lot, but it pairs really well with the butter beans and the greens. You know, you got a little bland taste in those butter beans. We do butter bean soup at the restaurant every Monday. I love them. My grandfather Pout loved butter beans. Mammy used to fix them quite a bit. They're turning a little bit brown. That's good. Perfect. Gives me time to cut some more of this garlic. So we've got the butter beans that's on. Takes about 4 hours. And this is also a dish that you can prepare in the morning. You just put your butter beans in a slow cooker, go to work. 4 hours later, 5 hours later, put them on low. 6 hours later, put it on low. Can cook all day. Come back and add your greens and your squash. In an hour, you'll have dinner. So let's go add our garlic. Oh, goodness. And you could pre-do this. If you're going to put it in a slow cooker, go ahead and add your onion, your sage, and your garlic to your slow cooker pot with your olive oil, and then leave it. And then when you get home, then you can put your other ingredients in. All right, I'm going to take this. I cannot wait to put this sage in there with that garlic and that onion, with that olive oil. Oh my, to see what type of flavor that mixture, or what smell that mixture brings to the palate and the nose. Oh, and it's a good one. It was immediate. That was immediately a beautiful smell. My goodness. Who'd ever thought that is so good? Oh my gosh. The smell alone fills you up. I'm not kidding. But we're about done with it. I'm going to turn it off. And we're just going to put this in here. And that gives those butter beans that extra oomph, that extra flavor, that extra fallness. And oh wow. Ooh, lordy, lordy. Smelling good. So we're just going to let that simmer. I've got it on low. I'm going to add the squash now to this, because it takes about, this is what the extra hour is for. All right, so man, this is something that I've been doing all summer long, is practicing my cheesecake making, and I am obsessed. I am making cheesecakes every day. They're lasting about 20 minutes at the restaurant. I can't make them fast enough. So I am going to make several for you today. But okay, so we're going to start with graham cracker crumbs. And I've got about 2 cups here. And I'm going to do a stick of butter, unsalted butter. So I've got a little extra just in case I need it. And I'm going to add maybe a ½ teaspoon of cinnamon. And I always like to put a little bit of kosher salt in my crust, because I kind of want that pretzel saltiness with the sweet and savory of the cheesecake. Kind of want it to be in a ball consistency where it sticks together, and that looks pretty good to me. And this recipe that I'm making, which is 6 8-ounce bars of cream cheese, to me it makes more than one cheesecake. And the reason why I do that, because I'm always adding something to it. So we're going to pat this out, kind of go up to the sides a little bit, as much as you can. So I've had to buy several cheesecake pans, you know, that comes out and you loosen it up, and you have the bottom. There we go. And if you have a cup, just kind of do this, a metal cup, not this glass one, but like a metal cup, just kind of go up. See how pretty that is? And we're going to take my crazy mixer, and we're going to mix all this together, just the cream cheese, until it's good and fluffy. And you want everything to be room temperature. Your eggs, your milk, your cream cheese, your butter at room temperature. It's much easier to work with too when you let it set out. All right, that looks pretty good. So we're going to do 1 egg at a time. There's 1. See? There we go. All right, we're gonna do this. Set that aside. And one thing I'm gonna grab is a spatula. I'm gonna check in on my soup. Ooh, boy, that's good. Oh my, wow. Wow, that needs to be turned down on low. Oh, that looks so divine. Oh, wow, I could eat that as a meal, I'm telling you. But we're gonna have some good stuff to go with it. I love fall cooking. I love any time of cooking. I really, really do. And so next we're going to put in, I'm going to do 2 tablespoons of cornstarch with 1/4 cup of flour. So we're going to get the tablespoons of cornstarch right here. There's one. Got 1/4 cup of flour right there. And this gives it that thick texture, creaminess. Just mix it in there, real light. And it feels good outside. Oh my goodness, a good eating day. Must be because I'm busy at the restaurant as soon as the weather changed. Now, we want to lightly, not overbeat this. So I'm just kind of going to take my mixer and get that flour and cornstarch mixture in there. I don't want to overbeat it, and there's a lot of beating going on here. So anyway, I'm going to get I've got my flour and my cornstarch in here, and I've got 2 cups of white sugar that needs to go in. Put that in here really well. Okay. So we've got our sugar in there, everything but the vanilla and the sour cream. So I've got about 2 cups of sour cream that's going to go in here. So get that and that. Sour cream, cream cheese, sugar, what? It's a perfect life. I do like perfect things. There you go. Get that in here. I'll put a teaspoon of vanilla. So let's get the cheesecake in here. So we're going to cook it at 300 for an hour. Oh my, and I still have enough to do another cheesecake. Just a little bit more because I want to save it for another one. And I'm going to surprise you here in a little bit. So I'm going to all the air bubbles out. Perfection, perfection. It's going to be wonderful. So we're going to bake it for an hour. Right there. Oh, yeah, there you go. See you later. So I'm going to clean up, and we're going to bring out the cheesecakes that I've already made. Ben's 24 hours later, and we're going to have some fun. So let's take a break from our wonderful sponsor, and make sure you come right back. It's going to be good.
The New York Times and the Washington Post have voted my restaurant, Mammy's Kitchen, the best hot brown around. And also, Mammy's Kitchen voted the best family restaurant and bourbon bar in Bardstown. And from Bradfordsville to Gravel Switch, Kentucky, both my Mammy's cook farm to table, and of course, I have their recipes all right here. So come and enjoy some good old-fashioned dishes and Southern hospitality right here, all at Mammy's Kitchen. Come see me.
So not only did I make 1 or 2, not even 3, I made 4 plus what we've got in the oven. And so I've got mine on 300. If you have a bigger pan, you do 325 for 1 hour. All right, so here's the 4 that I've already made, pre-made. This is why it drives me crazy, because you can't eat them. These 2 came out perfect. These 2 kind of cracked a little bit. Now you can do a water bath, and what you would do, you would take your springform pan, and before you put it in the oven, cover it with Reynolds wrap, put it in a baking dish about 1 inch deep of water, and that keeps your cheesecake from doing this. While we're cooking that one for an hour, then we let it set for 2 hours. You can even turn your oven off, let it just cool down while it's in the oven, and then put it in the refrigerator for 24 hours. That's what they say. So anyway, I'm gonna do, this is the first one that I've done. So this is probably one of my favorites because I'm such a chocoholic. So this is a triple chocolate fudge brownie cheesecake. My favorite. I love peanut butter. But what we've got to do first is make the topping. And this is the traditional topping for the cheesecakes. And this is 4 cups of sour cream. Again, can't go wrong with sour cream. And you're like, how is that a topping? When I first made these, I'm like, really? I was really surprised. And I've got a cup of sugar. So we're gonna put that in there, and I need to get, you can either beat it with the mixer while your mixer's out, or we're gonna just really get it in there good. So I'm gonna add a little bit more sugar, just to whatever you like. And you could delete this, you can keep it. I just think it's so good on top. Even though I'm gonna put extra toppings on here, let me check on my butter real quick. See, that butter's melting. I got that on low, so I'm kind of working really fast. So we're gonna pour a little bit on here. You don't have to have a whole lot. Just put it right there on the top. So even if they cracked and you didn't do the water bath, I think I was just too lazy to do all that. Like, well, I don't want to do it. But if you're a perfectionist, you want to do it. But look, that's covering it up anyway. So I save these. And this is your springform pans. Oh my goodness. Look how beautiful. See how uneven that is? I absolutely like that. Set that one right there. And let's open this one. Oh, I think this is my pumpkin one. This is the pumpkin pie cheesecake. So we got the chocolate fudge cheesecake. We've got a pumpkin pie cheesecake. We're gonna do a pecan pie. I think I'll do that on here, and we'll do the cherry pie on here. Just amazing. And I'll just keep this one plain, maybe. I don't know. So I've got my butter melting. So we're gonna finish this one up, set it to the side. Got some fudge here, fudge topping. It's warmed. Just gonna drizzle that on top. Oh, I think this is my favorite. I cannot wait to eat them. I'd better eat my butter bean soup, my other. Oh my goodness, yes, I'm doing a lot because I like fudge and it's my cheesecake. Oh, that's gonna be so good, you all. Man, look at that, how that cheesecake, and this is just a brownie mix, a triple fudge brownie mix. And I didn't pre-bake it. I put it in the springform pan and I put the cheesecake over it, and they baked together. And they became one. And they're gonna become one in my mouth. Oh my goodness. Who doesn't like Reese's Cup? And this is even better because you got cheesecake. Oh my, that's just gorgeous. That's just beautiful. And this is a peanut butter cream cheese with powdered sugar. And it's just warmed, spreadable. So there's one. Okay, so I've got this and I've got my butter melted. We're gonna do our pecan pie topping. So I've got a half a cup of brown sugar. Okay, we're gonna put on there. We're gonna raise the heat a little bit. There we go. So I've got the butter melting. Brown sugar, just like making a pecan pie. You're just not putting it in a pie shell, you're putting it on top of a cheesecake, which is better in my book. Okay, so I'm gonna bring in some more cinnamon. I love cinnamon. I think it's way up there for me like chocolate is. So I've got my cinnamon going in here, browning. Got my heavy cream. Oh, watch it bubble, bubble. Ooh. Oh, look at that. Perfect. Ooh, it gets hot. Stay away from it. That is hot, hot, hot. Now we're going to add your corn syrup, which is in every pecan pie. About a half a cup. So it gets it all sticky together. Oh, it's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And then we're going to bring in the pecans. Oh. I love pecans. Bring them all in. So I've got chopped and whole pecans. I like the whole pecans because it looks so pretty on top of the cheesecake. Oh, one fell out. All right, put that low. Let that simmer just for a minute. Just to get that cinnamon flavor and all the flavors worked in there together. I did a cherry cheesecake for one of my favorite customers. He knows who he is, Damon Jackie. He's our biggest advertiser. And oh, it was so pretty, so decadent. Especially with the sour cream topping and the cherries, the cheesecake, perfect. I had to do one for you today. Because that browns and yellow and the white and this bright cherry red. This is a beautiful dessert for Christmas. Yes. This is just a cherry pie filling. Oh, and that beautiful. Oh, I want to eat that one too. It's like I'm going to be eating a lot of cheesecakes today. And my neighbors. All right, that looks pretty. Oh, isn't that gorgeous? Love that, love that, love that. Okay, so I've got my pumpkin pie next. I'll let that cool down a little bit and set. Put this right there. Like that. And then we're going to do some pumpkin pie seasoning. It smells good. This is what I like about this season, is all this good smelling stuff. Pumpkin pie, and we'll top that off when we get ready to eat it with some whipped cream, traditionally, how you eat a pumpkin pie. All right, this one is just beautiful. So that's just a traditional cheesecake, plain, but we're gonna bump it up a little bit. Put our topping on there. Oh, goodness. Pile that on top because it's going to fall to the side. Oh my goodness. Have a little extra for extra piece. Or some ice cream. There it goes. Okay. Better taste one of them just so. Oh man. I don't even want to share none of it today. I just kind of want to be selfish and eat all this, but I'm not even going to tell nobody to come over until I get my fill of it first. I swear, I want to eat it all. I'll save that little bit for later. That is so good. My goodness, look, I have to take my glasses off just so I can really see everything. Isn't that just amazing, amazing, amazing? I don't know which one I like the best. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I don't know. Gosh, I can't wait to taste it. I'll wait to taste them. But I don't want to ruin my appetite because I am going to do one of our most favorite dishes at the restaurant that people order, or is our country fried steak. Some people call it a chicken fried steak or country fried steak. Well, we're going to make some country fried steak with some country gravy. Oh, it is so, so good. And then we'll have our butter beans, and I'm going to do one of my favorite veggies, fried okra. So we're going to take a break. I'm going to get myself back together, step away from the cheesecakes, get my savory going, and then we'll be right back after one of these special messages from a wonderful sponsor.
The New York Times and the Washington Post have voted my restaurant, Mammy's Kitchen, the best hot brown around. And also Mammy's Kitchen voted the best family restaurant and bourbon bar in Bardstown. And from Bradfordsville to Gravel Switch, Kentucky, both my Mammy's cook farm to table, and of course, I have their recipes all right here. So come and enjoy some good old-fashioned dishes and Southern hospitality right here, all at Mammy's Kitchen. Come see me.
This recipe calls for the cube steak. I love cube steak. My Mama Jean Gray fixed cube steak all the time, and I loved it ever since. But I'm gonna use it for our country fried steak, which at the restaurant we use a regular steak that you beat and you pound and all of that. But this is easier today. So I've got 3 eggs going, and I'm gonna add a ½ cup of milk. I've got some flour back here behind me. There, and then I've got some salt and pepper, and I'm going to add a little bit of onion salt to this because I like onion salt. And my favorite thing of frying anything is paprika. So I'm going to take that, let's mix that all in together. So I'm going to take this, dip in the flour, all in there. Then we're going to go to the egg mixture. Oh, it's so good. This is an old time. My grandmothers did this. Whatever beef they had, they dip it in flour, dip it in egg with some salt and pepper, and fry it. And anything like that's good. Perfect. I'm going to take we get a little bit more salt on that. And pepper. So we're going to flip our steaks real quick. Oh my, boy, it looks good, guys. Ooh, that's going to be good. So while that's frying, I'm going to go ahead and do our cornbread croutons. Try to be multitasking here. So let's see if this works. My cornbread skillet. What about that, y'all? My goodness, a little piece right there. Oh my. Man, this is one of my favorite things ever. I think I might just cut up half of it. I don't know. But I want croutons. So we're going to, oh, that is so beautiful. Bernadette, you'd be really proud of me. That crust on the outside. That's my favorite part right there. That's so good. I had a great time this summer. My sister and myself, my brother and his girlfriend Margaret, we went to Noah's Ark. Williamsburg, I believe, Kentucky. Oh, she took her, my sister took her 2 granddaughters, and I took 4 of my grandchildren, the bigger ones, because it's a lot of walking. Remember that. The Noah's Ark is a lot of walking, and it's a lot of reading. It was so much fun, though. It was hot, and so they had a zip line, and they had an obstacle course there. So at the end of a tour, when they had a restaurant, we all ate. So the kids wanted to do the zip line. We wanted to do the zip line. You know, we're wanting to sit there and read the scriptures and, you know, look at all the art and the museums and stuff. But the kids kind of got bored, a little bored with it at the end, of course. So they did want to do the zip line. So we have them, you know, from 10 to 6. And so 10 to 7. And so we went over there to sign them up for the zip line. Well, only the big ones could do the zip lines, but these zip lines were hundreds of feet in the air. These zip lines were the real deal. I'm not kidding you. I'm like, I ain't doing it. I'm not doing it. So I wanted to sign, so they told my little ones, Ella and Christopher, that they were too little, but they could do the obstacle course. We're like, good, finally, you know. But one catch, they had to have an adult with them. My sister, my husband, none of them wanted to do it. So I'm like, I'll go over there and wait for them. I'm thinking I'd just watch them, that's it. So we get over there and, you know, I sign the release forms and everything. And they're putting all of this gear on me. This gear is 20 pounds on me now, and I'm old. I don't need to be doing an obstacle course. My goodness, it's hot, and I just want to go inside the museum and read about Noah's Ark and stuff. I didn't come here to do an obstacle course. So anyway, I'm like, well, how hard can it be? I mean, there's 7. You know, I'm going to walk across a couple of little, you know, trellises or whatever and hang on maybe. I thought I could do this. I mean, but my gear, I'm like this. I've got my helmet on. Christopher and Ella, they're all ready to go, suited up and ready to go. They take the big kids off to get on the zip line. And I'm thinking, where are we at? What are we doing? This was no kid obstacle course. There were adults on there, 30 and 40-year-olds, trying to outdo me. I thought I was going to die. It took me 2 hours. I had to do it because Christopher was behind me. Ella was in front of me. I'm talking you all, this is from easiest to hard being a 10. This was like an 8. I'm not kidding. For me, it was a 10 or a 20. Took me 2 hours. My sister even sent somebody back there to check on us. Well, I'm not kidding you all. It was really hard. I'm not just saying that. Even though my 7-year-olds, Christopher couldn't do it. Ella did it fine. Christopher he chickened out. They had to come and hoist him down from several hundreds of feet in the air. Gosh, why did I not have a picture? I was freaking out. I'm like, if Noah could build that ark, then I could do this, God. I could do this. I'm not kidding you. When I got finished with one, I'm like, I can't do this one. I cannot do it. Christopher's back there crying. What am I going to say? Mammy's going to quit too? I just have to keep saying, look at the ark. Look what somebody did thousands of years ago. And we can do this, Christopher and Ella. Come on. It was the hardest thing I've ever done in my life physically. I'm not kidding you. I've worked out at Anytime Fitness. I've had a personal trainer, Jennifer, from 3D Graphics, who's wonderful, by the way. And thank goodness, I did that. Thank goodness Jennifer worked out with me and bent all my muscles and my joints and stuff because it was so hard. I wanted to cry. I really did. I was like, what am I doing? Why am I doing this? Well, I've got a 10-year-old hovering over me, hundreds of feet in the air, zip line hanging. Mammy, and you can do it. You can do it. It was awful. Then, okay, so we did that. Lisa and my husband Fly, they were like, where have y'all been? What has taken you so long? But I didn't get anybody. I didn't want to be hoisted down. I finished it. I did it. Yes. Pat me on the back. So then anyway, so we did another vacation the next day. We had rented this van so we can all go together. So the next day, yeah, few of them dropped us, but it was me and Lisa. We went to Mammoth Cave. Oh, it was so pretty. It was so nice. And it was booked. It was packed. So we had to do our own cave walk. We got to do it, thank goodness, because I don't think the kids could have taken a 2-hour cave walk. But anyway, we did our own, but we walked a trail. Okay, so we walked a trail, and I didn't realize that we were walking downhill the whole time, like 5 miles. I'm not kidding. I think it was maybe a quarter of a mile, but it seemed like to me 5 miles. I think it was 5 miles. But we walked downhill the whole time. Nobody said anything about, wow, this is a long downhill. Oh my gosh. Walking up that hill, I mean, for 5 miles, which is pretty much a quarter of a mile, maybe. I thought I was going to die. I swear I had to sit on a rock every 100 feet. I had to sit on a rock. I couldn't take it. It was the hardest climb I ever had. It was not like a little incline. It was huge, a big hill. Oh my gosh. So I really did some physical activity. Anyway, okay, I've got my croutons. We're going to put a little bit of olive oil on them because I want them to be a little crunchy, just like a crouton. So we're going to do that. And when I take about 10 minutes, I'm going to open it up just so for you guys. And what you want is to have a little golden brown, but it's going to be jiggly in the middle. And I'll show you what it's supposed to do. It's still got a few more minutes, but see how jiggly it is right there in the middle? That's okay. I messed up the first couple of ones I made. I'm like, thinking it was a cake or brownies or something, texture like that. I didn't read the whole directions. But it sets up. That's what the 24 hours is for that cheesecake to set completely up. So if you overbake it, it's not any good because I overbaked a few before I got to the good ones. But that's just going to get a few minutes just to get that golden brown. Then that's when I know it's ready. So the rest of my vacation, so we cooked and cooked. We had farm to table event. That was amazing. Yes. The downtown street, and Patrick was on that. It was Randy Mauser. She did a fantastic job with it. I got to do some barbecue, and I did a blackberry cobbler with some Ezra Brooks cream because you couldn't do ice cream outside, so I used that Ezra Brooks from Lux Row cream. Oh, it was to die for. That was so yummy. I've been doing it at the restaurant every weekend, and it is gone just like that. Really good. So we did the Bourbon Festival. Amazing. Oh my gosh. Love the Bourbon Festival. So many people come in from all over the world. You just wouldn't believe it. It's amazing to be a store owner or a restaurant owner downtown Bardstown during the Bourbon Festival, and you get to meet all of these people that are coming in from everywhere, including our wonderful locals. So after the Bourbon Festival, we wanted to do a girl trip. Me, Robin, and Francie, Ella, Emery, and Annabelle. So anyway, we went on the girls trip. My daughter Robin loves Asheville, North Carolina for the craft beer, and we want to go to Biltmore. If you've never been to Biltmore, please go. It's amazing. It's an amazing sight to see something built back in the late 1800s. To have that much modernity to it, it's just amazing. So we went to Asheville, stayed there. It's kind of a hipster town, so I was like, I don't know who comes here, but it's just not for me. It's really neat though. I really liked it. It was different, but I really liked the Biltmore. So my granddaughter Emery, Jo Newton, loves horses. And she trains to ride the horses, trotter. She knows every horse. She knows every kind of saddle, everything. And so she wanted to go horseback riding. We went. I've not been on a horse in my whole life. I'm scared of them. I'm tiny. I mean, the horses are like gigantic to me. They're like dinosaurs to me. I'm scared of them. And they know when you're scared of them. I just don't like them. But Emery, again, you'll do anything for your granddaughter. Oh, these are wonderful. Perfect. Oh my gosh. Can't wait to eat that. So we're going to turn that off, and then I'm going to take a little bit of the grease out because I'm going to make some gravy. I'm not eating this without having some gravy with it. So I've got some flour. So we're going to put some flour in here. This is 1/4 cup at a time. Let's see how that goes. I'm going to keep it hot. There you go. Oh, just a little bit more. So I'm going to wait before I add anything else. I want to see some thickness with it, and then we'll add the milk and the water. We can go ahead and add our salt and our pepper. And I like pepper in my country gravy. So I've transferred that because I want this in my skillet because It ain't gravy unless it's fixed in an iron skillet. And it's thickening up. And I'm going to add a little bit more flour to my juice. So I've got about a half a cup of flour with my oil, leftover oil. Get that really hot, and then I'm going to add the water just to break up the milk. I don't want it to have that big milky. My mom always said you've got to add water with milk. There we go. So I've got my oven on broil. So there we go. And the croutons. All right, so I've got my, there we go. There we go. Add a little bit of water first. And we're going to start adding our milk. Okay, so my oil's heating up, and we're just going to cut up. You can either do them long ways, but I personally like them little. I'm just going to throw them in my egg right there. And then I've got cornmeal. It's so simple, simple, simple. I'll cut them in half. I couldn't find fresh okra, so I had to buy the frozen version because I think it's too late in the fall, but I still wanted, I thought with this kind of meal, I just wanted okra. I really, really like it. So I'm going to put it in the egg mixture, then I'm going to put it back in here. And this is homemade buttermilk. I really didn't want to buy a whole half gallon or whatever of buttermilk. So what I did is take a cup of milk, and if you've got lemon juice or distilled white vinegar, it's a tablespoon and a tablespoon and a half of lemon juice, a tablespoon of white vinegar, distilled vinegar. Put it in a jar or whatever, shake it up, let it set 5-10 minutes, and voila, there you go, you've got buttermilk. But all in all, I had a beautiful summer with my family, my daughters. Then we ended up, okay, so we went on the horseback ride. That's where I was at. Oh my gosh, y'all. So we went into the Blue Ridge Mountains, which is kind of a subsidiary of the Appalachians and the Smoky Mountains. The Smoky Mountains right on the edge. Regardless, it was beautiful. It was serene. It was just amazing. And when I got there, I'm like, okay, can you give me like a really old lazy horse? Please, I was scared to death. But again, I was going to do it for my grandchildren, and Rob and Francie, I wasn't going to let them show me up. So they gave me Daisy. That was the best horse ever. Oh my gosh, you have to go to my Facebook and look at my pictures. She did everything. I turned right, she turned, I turned left, she drank, she went up the hills. It was beautiful. It was a bucket list time vacation for me for doing that at my age, getting on a horse when I had never really done, maybe 1 or 2 times been on a horse, and was terrified when I did. But I want to go back and do it again. I don't care where it's at. In the mountains, those Blue Ridge Mountains. It was phenomenal. It was the most beautiful scenery that I'd ever seen. So that was the best time. Then we went into the next couple of days. I drove them through Cherokee. I'm the big driver. I drove too. That big old bus out there of mine, that Suburban. And so the kids could watch a movie. And so anyway, I went on and took them into Cherokee, and we went to the back way to North Carolina is what I say, into Cherokee, and walked around down there. And I was crossing my fingers that maybe we'd see a bear or some elk. Sure enough, going down out of Cherokee back into Gatlinburg, bunch of elk, big old, an elk, dude, had a rack from here to this cabinet. He was humongous. He was big and beautiful with all of his girlfriends, and we got to stop on the side of the road and take pictures and get out and be scared, and it was amazing. We stopped a million times to take pictures of the beautiful Smoky Mountains, got into Gatlinburg, walked around, did a few things there, ate. We were starving, ate some pizza, and then after that we went down into Pigeon Forge, and the girls got me a room at the Christmas Inn. I've never stayed there, and they know how much I love Christmas, and at the Christmas Inn. And the best thing of all, Santa Claus, the real Santa Claus, was there the next morning. So after we all got up, my grandkids, my granddaughters, and even my daughters, it was like being mama over my kids all over again, and seeing them, talking to Santa, because this one could really spend some time with you and things like that. So it was a beautiful vacation. It was a beautiful summer. Now we're all ready for fall, and we're ready to create some more memories, do some more things, and to continue being active, horse riding, obstacle courses, zip lining, hiking. If it's there, I'm raising my hand. I'm going. I can do this. It's fun. It's amazing. And I got to spend time with my friends, my girlfriends, and things like that. So, thank you all for involving me in all of that stuff. I really had a fun summer. I really did. Now I'm ready for fall, and I'm ready to eat some food. Okay, these are ready. All right, so we're going to dip these right here. We're going to do this real fast because I'm hungry. So the buttermilk, homemade buttermilk. So let's take them right there. I'm going to do these with my hands, which is kind of gross, but I'm hungry and I just want to put them in the deep fryer. I just want to eat. You know what I really, really want? You know what I'm kind of rushing myself for? Those cheesecakes over there. Gosh, can't wait. So we're going to do this, and I don't want to create a mess because I got to clean it all up. Okay, so let's just, it's really that simple. And you know what? Country cooking is simple. It really is. So drop them. Let's go ahead and do that. Gonna shake off the excess. There we go. Mama got it going on here today. The best part of my summer is meeting so many of you guys that's watching my show. I mean, tons of you. Thank you all. I can't even mention you by name because there's so many of you that has come to the restaurant. I hope it was worth it. I'm so glad to have met you. Hope to continue meeting you. Come on back, please, anytime. I hope you enjoy our shows. We've got a lot of fun shows this fall for you. And we've got some special guests. And, oh, we did a fundraiser for the homeless shelter, Bethany Haven. We got to talk about that. There's so much. I missed you all. I really, really did. Gosh, I'm hungry and I'm emotional. And thank you so much for giving me the pleasure to cook for you today and every other day, and I hope you enjoy it. I really enjoyed your company at the restaurant, so please keep coming back to see me. It really means a lot to me. My gravy's done. I think we're good to go with my gravy. My croutons over here, perfect. I'm gonna quit eating the cornbread or I'm gonna be full and I'm gonna be mad. All right. They're good. So we're going to keep frying these. I'm going to get all my table set. I'm in a hurry because I'm really hungry. And my left eye keeps going. My right eye's on you. My left eye's on those beautiful cheesecakes. Can't wait. So anyway, let me get it all ready, set up. The gravy's done. That's done. That's done. That's almost done. And then let's eat. All right, so all of a sudden, just like that, opened the front door, and I got 2 little stragglers coming in on me. I told you when I opened up my door that people were going to smell it all the way to Springfield and back. This is my brother's fiance, Margaret, and this is my good friend and my assistant today, Teresa. Look how beautiful that is. Me and Teresa have been wanting this all day. We're going to do the savory first. First, I'm just going to eat one of mine. Oh, that's perfect. That buttermilk, that homemade buttermilk. Wow. Those are really good. And I definitely want to get a bean. I want to get some of that squash and some of those greens. And about 10 minutes before the soup was done, we just chopped up some greens and threw it in there. It's hot. Can't go wrong with the butter bean. That fall squash, that butternut squash, butter beans, butter squash, and greens. And then that cornbread crouton. Look at that. Oh my. That was definitely a good fall dish, isn't it?
So many layers.
It is. It's flavor after flavor. I want y'all to taste my country fried steak.
I could eat that all day.
I know. That's why you make pots of soup, I think, instead of just a small thing of soup, just so you can eat it, because it's always better the day after and the day after. With my country gravy. Oh, wow. Oh, that's good. Real good. As soon as that hits your mouth, the flavor from the gravy and that flour, perfect. Okay, do y'all want to just take a break? We're not finished. Take a break. One more lima bean. Oh. These 3 things on this plate is a winner, and it's a great fall dinner. It's a winner for dinner. Winter dinner. Okay, but this is the showpiece. This is the showpiece right here. And I took the one, and I kind of did it a little early. I kind of roughed it up a little bit, but that's okay. That's okay. It doesn't change the taste, just the look of it. So this one we may even keep playing. I don't know. I'll have to come up with something, maybe strawberries. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Maybe a Cinnabon cheesecake. But that's the fun about the cheesecakes, is that you can play with them, obviously. So let's set these aside. Keep your forks. Keep your forks. Oh, because I will be back for you, Mr. Okra. All right, let's try the one closest to us, the pecan pie. Oh, just so savory. Here we go.
Fantastic.
I just want to faint. It's so good. I'm going to faint. Wow. All right, that's a big, strong contender right there. All right, let's move him over. Which one next? Oh my gosh, it's hard to stop eating just to get another piece, man. All right, let's take this knife. See how pretty they are? You don't even want to cut them.
And that's brownie on the bottom.
This is a chocolate or triple fudge brownie. Oh man.
That sauce that you put on top, the sour cream and sugar.
It makes it. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh. Y'all don't even know. You don't even know. You've got to come to Mammy's. I'll make one of these for you. Give me a day in advance. So now, number 3. Gosh.
Aren't you glad you came today?
Oh my goodness. Oh, that's so pretty. And you know, you've got, this is kind of different than the chocolate because you've got the tartness of the cherries. So it pairs really well. And speaking of pairing, this would be wonderful with a glass of wine.
Nice cup of coffee too.
And a cup of coffee. All right.
All three together.
Oh, that's good. I love the taste of cherries.
That's just classic.
That's just a good old pie. All right. So this is the fall pie, okay? The pumpkin pie cheesecake. Let me get the cherries off here. Okay. Let me getting cheesecake all over me. Oh, this is just a good old traditional cheesecake. And if you like pumpkin like I do, you're gonna love this one. Oh, and that's
Look at
pretty.
the pumpkin on the bottom.
I just love that. Oh, wow. Every pumpkin pie has,
Cool Whip.
and I'd make my own Cool Whip right now, but I can't wait. There we go. How pretty. Oh. Oh. Oh.
It's just like fall in your mouth. Fall in your mouth.
That's those emerald trees. The glistening pumpkins. Oh.
You know, even if you didn't like pumpkin, it's not overwhelming.
It's not. It really isn't. It's not overwhelmingly sweet either. That's what I like about cheesecakes. Yes, it's not fat-free and it's not sugar-free, but it's not like a sweet, sweet dessert. I love that. Let's vote. So this one, I can't touch right now. 24 hours. Remember, it makes it so much better when you set. This one definitely needs 24 hours. Then I'll put another topping on it and have another one. Let's vote. Country fried steak, yes. Fried okra with homemade buttermilk, yes. The gravy always is good. Croutons is amazing. Who would ever thought cornbread croutons? But that's, wow. And the soup, the butter beans, butter squash, green soup with that fresh sage, onions, and garlic. That is a dinner you've got to have. That is really, really good. All right, then let's get back to this. Vote.
Because it's fall, I'm going to vote for the pumpkin.
Okay.
I love them all, and I love nuts, but the pumpkin's got it today.
My favorite was, of course, all four, but that was my favorite.
The pecan pie. I think because I'm such a chocolate lover that this has got to be my favorite. I love the cherry. It's the traditional, like you said, it's a traditional, the red and the white, and it's beautiful. You want to really impress somebody, make that, because you're going to impress them with taste and beauty because of the colors to that. That's one of my favorite. Pumpkins, I don't know if I had to choose just because I'm a chocolate lover, but all of them are wonderful.
Not gonna go wrong with any.
I gotta tell you all, thank you all again for inviting me in your house. Thank you for watching me. I appreciate it more than you'll ever know. Thanks for Teresa and Margaret for coming over today and helping me out a little bit. My cameraman and PLG and everybody. Remember to shop local, drink local, eat local, bank local, and you'll have a beautiful, your own small town. We certainly love ours. Thank you. See you next time.